Hello, buddy. Welcome back. I'm the Strategy Professor, and today we're going to be doing another coaching session for Dylan. So thank you very much, as always, for the generous donation. We're going to be looking at a lot of 80 carry videos over the next little bit. Dylan's trying to learn 80 carry for his secondary, or maybe, who knows, primary role. Now, these were recorded before the preseason. Okay, so it was at the very end of the preseason. Dylan knew this. That's why he recorded them on a YouTube video, because I wasn't going to be able to get to them before the preseason started. So it's not going to have a lot in terms of the new runes and like the meta changes and stuff like that, but the playstyle is going to be similar. The positioning is going to be similar on a lot of these champions. A lot of their power spikes are going to be similar, most likely. If they're not, then I'll mention it. But I still think that people out there watching, and Dylan himself obviously is aware of this, that just understanding positioning, macro objectives, team fighting, all of that kind of stuff is still going to carry over into the preseason. So you can still learn a lot out of this video, even though it doesn't include the new runes. Now, I did give some recommendations for new runes, though, at this first part here, but you're not going to see it in the actual gameplay footage, so I just want to throw that out there. Okay, so as with all the VODs, first we're going to look just really quickly. I can't do an OP.GG review because this happened a while ago, and Dylan's played a lot of games since then. But I'll just give an overview about like what I recommend currently in terms of runes, build order, and skill order. Really quick pre-game, and then we'll go to the... I'll take some notes as we watch it, write them down, and then we'll recap at the end in the post-game. Now, because this is on a YouTube video as well, we're not going to have sort of the standard replay feature, so it's going to be a little harder to jump back and forth, and I'm not going to be able to click around on the map anywhere and look at other stuff. We're just going to have to look at the mini-map. So, it'll be good. It'll just be a little different from a lot of what we do, so just be aware of that for those of y'all tuning in. Okay, yeah, don't worry about the warding stuff there. Try to have a control ward on the map at all times. That's what I'll say for warding. Just use your trinket ward whenever you can, whenever it makes sense. Okay, so the ideal runes... It's kind of redundant. The ideal runes should be... the first amount is simple, right? You just go press the attack, triumph, alacrity, coup de grace. Everybody does that. But your secondaries are really variable. I looked up a lot of different pros and just sort of thought critically about this for probably about 10 minutes or so to figure out which runes I think. And by and large, I like this one. This is what a lot of different pros use. They'll use Taste of Blood and Eyeball Collection. Don't use Fleet Footwork, please. I just assumed that Sneaky was testing this out. You just press the attack, but... I do like Taste of Blood and Eyeball Collection, and the reason for this is Taste of Blood gives you excellent sustain in lane that scales off of your AD later into the game as well, so it's not amazing later in the game, but it's okay. It just gives you that much needed sustain early that you used to get off of Warlords that you just don't have anymore. So Fleet Footwork does give you some sustain too, but I've talked about it. I know Dylan's heard me talk about it a lot on stream. Don't get that. It's really bad most of the time. Most people do not get that. Most people get press the attack. There are a few Fleet Foot people out there, but by and large, the vast majority of people use press the attack. Other options that people will do is sometimes people will go, saw a Faker and a couple other people get this page where it's Magical Footwear Biscuit. This does give you sustain as well, and it gives you 350 gold worth of boots. So you get the brown boots, plus 50 less gold for the upgrade, and then you get the extra 10 movement speed on top, which is worth about another 100 gold. So it's about a 450 gold value. So that's really nice. Then you don't have to buy your brown boots early. You get them for free, and then you can just press on and upgrade your build. That's pretty solid. It doesn't have the scaling of Eyeball Collector. Eyeball Collector around 20 minutes will give you like 18 AD, and it's going to outpace Gathering Storm until 30 minutes. That's the other thing that people will get sometimes, is they'll get a Gathering Storm sort of version. Did Sven do that? No, Sven went Ravenous Hunter, Taste of Blood. That's another one that's maximum sustain early. That's decent as well. And then he got the Bloodline Lifesteal in there. I think the attack speed one's probably better most of the time. But yeah, if you want to go double sustain early, that's an option. I know I saw a couple people get Gathering Storm. Yeah, so Cutie Pie goes for Absolute Focus and Gathering Storm. That's definitely a later game build. So I like just going for the Taste of Blood early plus Eyeball Collector because it's a nice balance of early game sustain and later game scaling with AD. This is kind of all in late game. The Sven build was kind of all in early game with the double lifesteal, and Fakers is the most like cost efficient money wise that you can get. What the hell? Yeah, just. Yeah, get that out of there. Sorry about that. I've never seen that before. Okay. So that's what I recommend in terms of runes. You can kind of pick it to your preference, but that's what I've gone for here. Build order, i.e. static shift rapid fire cannons, pretty standard. Then you max your E, the explosive shot, your Q for the attack speed steroid, and then your W last as your escape. You get resets on it, so the cooldown doesn't matter that much. And the E just gives you excellent dueling power and excellent tower taking power, which is why you want that. And then the Q is great for extended fights, team fights, things like that. So that's how I would do it. Okay, let's go ahead and get in here. We'll watch it. And we'll take some notes and move on. Oh, actually, hold on. Real quickly. Forgot kind of the pregame. There's not a lot to say for the pregame. Just be careful in lane. Draven and Nami are stronger early, probably. Watch out for Fizz, especially when you're level 5. He's probably going to be level 6. So watch out for that. You should outscale Fizz as long as he doesn't snowball. Or your team should outscale their team as long as Fizz doesn't snowball too hard. If Fizz gets too big, you might have to get a GA or a QSS. I tried researching QSS. I know it used to drop the fish. I'm not sure if it does anymore. I think it can drop the fish, but if you don't run out of the area, then the fish still goes off. So if you drop it and W away fast enough, you might be able to get it off of you. I'm not sure, though. I don't know. Like, they've changed this over the years. So I couldn't find a definitive answer. Some people were saying you could in the forums that I looked at, and some people were saying you couldn't. So, and I didn't see anything on Quicksilver Sash itself. So I'm not sure. If you can't drop the fizz, or you can't drop the fish, you might have to get like a Hex Drinker or something like that. Actually, with the new build, if you're worried about fizz, now obviously it's not going to apply to this game, but you could get a Nullifying Orb. So you could go like Nullifying Orb plus either Absolute Focus, Celerity, or Gathering Storm. That might be an option if you're really scared of like a hyper-fed AP mid lane. But yeah, anyways, let's go ahead and get in there. Now, I don't know if there's a hotkey to like speed this up or not. I was trying to look to see, but I didn't see any hotkeys. Oh. We want me to comment on your setup? Let me say. You should try to learn how to play on the fastest everything. Yeah, Exhaustic Knight. Yeah, I like the Doran Shield. Now, you need to learn how to play with faster mouse. I know it might be hard at first, but you've got to get used to it because that's going to give you much, much faster reaction times on things over time. It doesn't seem like a big deal, but that extra, like, you know, 1/10 of a second to move your mouse from point A to point B because you don't have it on the fastest mouse speed can mean the difference in life and death. Like, you need to play on fastest mouse speed. And I know it's hard, but just practice it in normals and just learn it. You have to have everything as fast as it can possibly get. It makes a big difference. I like having a maxed out HUD as well. Just makes it easier for me. I mean, I'm kind of an old man, but, you know, it makes it easier for me just to glance down faster and just get a sense of like numbers and cooldowns and stuff like that. So I always max out my HUD. So that's up to you. But I do think that having fastest mouse speed, scroll speed, just fast everything, and just get used to it. It'll feel kind of wild because just the slightest move will move your mouse everywhere. But like I said, faster's better. That's not what you want to see. Yeah, there's no reason to use a bomb there. I mean, I know you're trying to clear a little faster, but... Now, what you want to do... Okay, that's fine. You want to try to freeze it, like, right here. Yeah, so you're missing a few too many CS. You gotta wait. You gotta be patient. And just wait till they're just about to land. I know it just comes to practice, but... Yeah, don't really worry about trading with them. You're probably not going to trade through a Sona. Just let Nami and Sona fight and just farm it out with Draven. Yeah, you want to try to hold it here. If you're the kind of the losing lane, which your lane is, early on at least, you want to try to just freeze it right here. It's a pretty good spot. The reason that you freeze is because it makes it much harder to gank you. And it makes it harder for certain champions to all-in you. Like, Leona is very popular right now, and she can't all-in you very well if you're under tower until she gets some armor items. Okay, we just saw Kayn around middle. He's dead. Right, go ahead and jump. Jump on Sona, jump on Sona, jump on Sona. Sona was the one who was a lot lower. She was at half health. And she's going to get away because y'all didn't focus her. Oh god, he actually got a kill on her. And let's go back and look at it. That's why it's going to be hard for me to backtrack. Yeah, she's at half. And Draven is at full. So you should have pinged, like, alt ping Sona to put the mark on her. Sona, Sona, Sona. Yeah, if you would have gone on Sona, she would have died. Like, I know Draven does the damage and he's the threat. Heal? Yeah, it was too late on the heal. You gotta do it a bit earlier. But yeah, typically Draven is the priority, but if you jump on Sona, you guys can kill her fast enough. I'm pretty sure that you can eventually just finish off Draven later. But the problem is, when Sona stays up like that, she gets off multiple heals. Like, she got off at least 2 heals during that. Whereas if you jump on her immediately, she probably only gets off 1 heal. And you're not really stopping Draven's DPS. They're going to run anyways. Yeah, you're out of mana. I don't think you could beat that. I didn't see what they bought. Okay, he looks like he just has a door. Okay, he hasn't backed yet. Alright, Nami bought a tier 2 harass item. I wish there was an easier way. There probably is a hotkey to slow it down or speed it up. That little thing, like... I would just leave it on the screen, but it blocks the minimap, which is important. Draven still hasn't bought yet, right? Like, you guys can fight him now. Watch out for Fizz, though. Fizz is missing middle. Alright, hit back. I mean, that's a good point. They're going to hit it first, but at the same time, you have a BF sword and he only has a Doran's. Like, you got to go aggressive with... Okay, there's Kane. So, like, not jump into him aggressive, but, like, land some auto attacks aggressive. There you go. Not that close. Auto, auto, auto. Keep attacking and moving. No, you're too far back. She died with exhaust. You should have stayed a little bit closer to make sure you get that auto on him. I don't think it would have killed him without a crit. Okay. Jump on her, jump on her, jump on her. He backed, he backed. Kane's top. I think you could have killed her. You have your heal up. Okay, maybe you get her here. Attack and move more, attack and move more. Okay, there you go. Yeah, once you see Draven back, I guess you're waiting on Nami, which is kind of safer, but I don't remember if Fizz was in view or not. I would have done it at that point. You gotta work a little bit on that CS. I know y'all been fighting, but I mean, 60's pretty good. I think you're gold 5 now. What I remember. Try to see if you can get to like 70 CS. It is a little harder with Tristana because her shots explode. And so it can mess up the timing of the CS, especially if you get pushed in your tower. That's why you want to try to make sure they never push into your tower if you can. You try to freeze it outside of your tower, which you were trying. You were doing a pretty good job of that. You just got to land a few more of those last hits. Draven gets a free PF sword at level 1, so he should have really high CS, but he's probably the easiest ADC in the game to CS with. But yeah, I've been ganked, twice. And there's been a lot of fighting bots, so there's that. Good. Hey, you've hit that ward twice now. I miss that ward sometimes. That's good. Yeah, Nami's just really not warding that much. Check his items. I didn't see it. I think he tabbed. But I assume he's probably packing probably a full item, right? Like, he got a kill. He has an assist. He probably has a full... He could probably either have a full Death's Dance or Bloodthirster, or he could almost have an Infinity Edge. Probably. Okay, good jump. Watch out for the Sona ult. Okay, good. Reset, jump on her, jump on her. You don't have the mana? Now you should have jumped way faster than that. As soon as you finish that kill on Draven, jump on her. It doesn't even matter if Kane shows up. Like, you've got your heal, you've got your flash. Just go super aggro. We know Fizz is in middle. Fizz is the threat. You're too slow on that jump. No, yeah, she probably would have flashed it anyways, but... Jump. 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 You had Sedge right there. I would have done it. You know Draven's dead. Make him flash or do something. I don't know. Like, usually I critique Triss for being too aggressive, but you can be aggressive if you have numbers on him like that. Yeah, get over there. Get over there. Help the Kayn. Forget about Scuttle. Help them with Kayn. Tack, tack, tack. Okay, good. Tack. Focus at Draven. Draven. Immediately jump on Sona if you have mana. Okay, you don't have enough. That's fine. Okay, good. Yeah, they'll come down. Yeah, they should all be dead. That's brutal. You know... I guess y'all shouldn't have done that. I kind of liked the call initially, but Sejuani went top, and y'all just don't have the power to take it fast enough. Like, Morgana doesn't do anything, Nami doesn't do anything, and you're still just sitting on a BF. Like, it takes too long, and that let them all regroup, so... Initially, I was on board with you. I was like, yeah, this looks pretty good. You know, you've got 3 people, but you guys don't do any damage, and you didn't have your smite there. Now, they didn't have their smite either, but you're all kind of low. I guess it was a bad call. It was a bad call. I was on board with you at first, but in retrospect, you know, sitting here watching it, thinking about it, I think it was bad. It's not like bad. It was not appropriate for... the champions that were there with their current items. That's... Like, if you had Infinity Edge, you probably could have done it fast enough. Or if Morgana was, like, playing a mid laner that did things, you know, you could... I mean, Morgana's okay. I'm kind of giving her a hard time, but she really does not damage objectives very well at all. Okay, go ahead, jump on him. No, you want to make sure you land on him, though. Is she not exhaust? Yeah, with your jump, you always want to land on them because it actually does a decent amount of damage when you land on them. Like, you jumped over him. You died with your ult, too. So, you know, ideally, you want to, you know, try to knock him back into your tower. See if you can bait him back, and then you jump on him and knock him back into your tower. Or, you know, Sejuani was showing up. Like, just knock him into Sejuani. Just jump on him, land an auto or 2, throw your bomb on him. Just jump while you're going in midair. Throw your bomb on him. Auto attack. Knock him back with your R, auto, and then just let Sej clean him up. I think that would have been the better option there. Just get him out of there. Look at his... Yeah, he has pretty strong items right now. Speed this up a little bit here. I'm trying to speed up a little bit through some of the... Run. Yeah, run. Just blow him back. Yeah, get out of there. Oh, you're probably dead. Yeah, he came over the wall. A little dangerous. You got to look at Galio's item. I just don't think you're going to kill Galio right now. Even the two of you. So yeah, I would probably just leave him alone. Just make him go match Alawi. That's down. Yeah, so try to match him here. Get your team to go do the Rift Herald. Attack her a couple times. There you go. Yeah, now run. She looks really tanky. Why does she have so much health? Watch out, he's gonna... Everybody just backed at the same time. Okay. Jump back, jump back, jump back, jump back. When he goes forward like that, if he doesn't knock you up, immediately jump back. Follow them. I mean, now they're going too far, but... Oh, you got a full Infinity Edge or something here? I mean, I didn't see how your itemization worked out, but... I mean, it's totally possible that because of some of your deaths, it slowed down your progression to Infinity Edge, but... It's pretty rough that you don't have an Infinity by 20. Like... I would get Infinity before Static and work towards it. I didn't see what you had. Like, getting a Zeal in the middle is okay. But you definitely want that Infinity done. Like, Static is okay for wave clear, but... I mean, you need those big crits. Like, you need people to die. I just noticed you like to play with camera lock on too. I mean, if that works for you, that's good, but I find it's very difficult to look away to, like, see what else is going on the map while you have it locked. Like, while you're walking back right now, you could be looking and here to see, like, how the fight's going down. You could, I mean, for example, you can see if they're using summoners. You could see if Fizz uses Ignite. You could see if somebody flashed. You could mark that. So since you just, like, there's really no point in watching yourself run back to base or, like, when you're backing. If you just keep an eye on the minimap and just keep, like, one eye on the minimap, you can go over and watch another part of the map as well. So I recommend keeping the... I would try to practice not using camera lock unless unless you're, like, in a fight and it helps you, like, focus or keep track of yourself, maybe. I've thought about that. But I think you're missing a lot of information by not watching other parts of the map while you're doing something like walking to lane or backing or just something else. You could just look at some other parts of the lane and just see what's going on. Like right now while you're walking up here and about to start auto-attacking and stuff, you could watch and see, like, if they use summoners, if they use ultimates, just their playstyle. You know, if somebody on your team's making a lot of mistakes, like, you might have to play around that. And you're like, wow, this tank, you know, never peels for people, and he always goes too deep, so maybe I shouldn't follow that person, type of stuff. Or, wow, this person just outplayed that person. They're consistently making really good plays. I should try to play around that person. So, you know, it just gives you intel to watch him. You need to get over to Baron. You got Infinity? Okay. Yeah, you need to be watching that while you're walking down there so you could see, like, what's going on. Oh, I forgot to... Dang it, I forgot to write this stuff down. Okay. Been so busy watching this new format. I'll remember it, I think, when we get back to the end notes. Ooh. That AP Galio, though. Letting them know, man. I'm not sure when you recorded this, if that was when AP Galio was super broken for a couple of days, but... I'll move back a little bit. I thought that was actually going to be the end. I think they probably just run it up middle, right? And there's not a lot going on here. Y'all did get a Baron Steel. Okay, so you got a lucky Baron Steel in there. Eh. Well, you know, Galio was overpowered, but I definitely think there are some things that... I think the game was potentially winnable. It was going to be tough. But either way, I think there are definitely a few things we can take away from this. Okay, so that's it for that game. For those of you watching, you can watch his next few games. I think he has 6 or 7 more. I can't remember. And so if you want to watch more, there will be more. But let's go ahead and review this game really quickly. So, okay, so just some sort of logistical thing, since this is the first one from your perspective that I've seen. So that's one of the biggest things, is you want to make sure, is it given that little space? Yeah, give me... I hate it when it gives you that little, like, pinch of space in there. I just want single space, dang it. But you want to set everything the fastest, and it doesn't seem like it's much longer, you know, if you just move like a little bit more. But the deal is, like, if you just make one little flick with your mouse, you can put it all the way across the whole screen. You just get used to it, and you have to use a lot less motions, and you can respond a lot faster. I think it's also easier on your hands because you have to move them less to get the same kind of effect. So you just want to be as fast as possible. So consider unlocking your camera too if you're not in a fight. I run with mine unlocked all the time, but if it helps you like keep track of yourself in a team fight, I think there's a hotkey to lock it. I'm not sure what it is, but use that hotkey. And when you're backing or when you're walking from base or whatever, just take a peek at you know, other spots on the map. And I do this too when I'm rotating, when I'm trying to ward. I'll look at like the fight that's going on middle while I'm rotating. Now you have to be careful that you don't get caught while you're doing that. So if you're walking up river, I think it helps tremendously to go ahead and just look at mid lane just to see what's going on for the stuff that I described before. You know, has somebody use their ultimate? Did they use their flash? Did they use ignite? How low are they? And then just start formulating in your mind, okay, this is how I'm going to approach this fight. So you can be thinking something like, okay, Fizz already used his ult. He's at 20% health. I know that Kane already used his flash. So I'm going to go in, I'm going to go for the Fizz, and then I'm pretty sure I can get away from the Kane because he's not going to have flash. Like, you know, just be thinking things like that in your mind when you're moving up river, just so you get a better sense of what's going on. Because if you just roll up, you just been on lock the whole time, you've just been watching the river, which has no meaningful intel to you, and you're just not going to know. A lot of people, especially in like gold and silver, they aren't going to call out flash timers or ignite timers, and they're certainly not going to call out like ult timers. And so, you know, you need to be watching that to try to keep track of it yourself. You can see like flashes on the minimap if you're really paying attention, but you're not going to be able to see ignites or exhausts or a lot of ultimates. So, you know, those are just two kind of logistical things that I would work on. I would say pick like maybe 3 ADCs that you really like to play, that you think are powerful. There are a lot that are really viable right now, actually. This is one of the best metas for ADCs in a while. But pick one that you really enjoy and play those a lot so that you understand the animations. So that you can see it and just kind of get used to just how much damage they're going to do off of their animations. Especially with like Tristana, because her little explosions can throw off some of your other CS. So just play that. Try to see if you can get to 70 CS by 10 minutes. You're pretty close. You're like at 60. And there was a lot of fighting, and there, you know, were some ganks and stuff like that. But just try your best to see if you can get to 70 by 10. So yeah, try to jump sooner. If you know where the jungler is, if you know where Fizz is. There were a couple of times where you hesitated for a little bit, and I'm not sure if it would have mattered that much in these situations, but it could have. I think and prioritize low targets too. That's another thing. It's like, I know typically you want to aim for Draven, but when Sona's at half health, you got to switch targets and go for the Sona. And like alt ping that for your junglers, so they know who to focus. Yeah, those are major things. Yeah, try to get to infinity earlier, even if you have inefficient buys. So, you know, I didn't see exactly what your gold breakpoints were there, but if you had 10 more CS, you probably would have had about another 180 gold. If you would have died a little bit less, like, you may have had more gold. So, you know, this is why it's really important just to kind of farm off, like, don't die, and just hit those CS thresh points so that you get the big items. I mean, when we played the other day with Twitch, like I'm awful at AD carry, but I just sat there, I froze it outside the tower, and I just got a lot of CS, and then eventually it came back, you know, got Infinity Edge, got Hurricane, started off the game, I don't remember what it, like 2-2, and ended like 14-7 or something like that. So especially on a high scaling AD carry like Tristana, you know, your number one goal should be just farm it out, try to freeze outside your tower. I know Nami was like forcing bad fights sometimes, and you can't do a lot about that. But yeah, I don't mind getting Zeal after BF, but sort of. But it does delay your Infinity Edge. Definitely do not go above Zeal. Do not go static. BF static. That's just not enough damage against Draven. You need that critical strike much faster. I mean, Shiv does give you better wave clear if you're like... Maybe if you're really far ahead, you could do that and try to push into their tower and, you know, challenge them with explosive blast or whatever to take their towers. But I think most of the time you just want to get that Infinity Edge. It's just such a huge power spike early on. Because Tristana already has a lot of attack speed off of her Q. And so you want more like flat AD early on, just so that your hits actually matter. What else is going on? I mean, you tried to pick Galio in the river. He's really hard to pick off, and you didn't have good visibility of other people. So, maybe don't go on that Galio. Certainly, you shouldn't be the one Wing onto him. I think you W'd into him. So yeah, that was a thing. Yeah, the Morgan and Nami, like I said, I thought that was a good call originally, because I was like, okay, cool, 3 people can go do it. Jungler said, no problem. But the problem is that Nami and Morgan just don't do any damage, and you only had a BF sword at that point, so you're pretty far behind as well. So yeah, it was kind of dangerous, because it was taking you guys like a minute to kill that thing or something. It was taking forever. And so some of their people got to respawn, particularly Fizz, and they got to come down and challenge you. I think that's about it for this one. So overall, it's pretty good. I mean, the big one is just kind of mechanical stuff. Work on your CS. Try to set your mouse to higher. Pull the trigger and jump sooner if you know you have a good chance to pick someone off. Just eat some inefficient buys if you have to make sure you get that Infinity Edge. Which means, you know, you might have to sit there with 700 gold or something, which sucks, obviously, but sometimes you just have to do that. Be careful doing objectives if you have low damage. Be careful of Galio. I think you're just too close to him sometimes. He did catch you, and yes, he is overpowered on this patch, but you just have to identify threats and just say, you know what, he's not going to hit me with his little Justice Punch. If he's up there zoning you off, just get zoned. Just back up until someone else comes up to deal with him. Do not auto-attack him if you know he can jump on you. That's just this AD carry. You just have to hang out in the back a lot of the times. And just wait on other people to set stuff up and then just hit the safest thing you can hit. Okay, and that's going to be it. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching. And thank you, Dylan, once again for the donation. If anyone else out there would like a coaching session, you can just email me at thestrategyprofessor@gmail.com. You can watch more coaching sessions in the playlist if you'd like. And I have some individual champion guides here, and I'm going to be adding on some new guides for Season 8. I just came out with a Soraka guide probably a few days ago at this point, and I'm going to be adding more soon. So thanks, have a good night, and I'll see you next time.